That down? Let's get things started off with this, shall we? You know, one of the best things we saw at CinemaCon was a preview, the follow-up to Barbarians, if you will, to the new movie Weapons with Josh Brolin going to be in it. And our Silver Surfer is in it as well.
Julia Garner.
And it floored us, the presentation they showed us. It just looked creepy and great because, Rob, I'm a sucker for great hooks in a movie, right? Like the opening of The Bourne Identity. A cargo ship in the middle of the ocean, nothing else around, just comes across a guy just floating there. How did he get there? Or the notion of this, an entire class of school children in the middle of the night got up out of their homes and all walked out into the darkness at the exact same minute as each other and have never been seen from again. And only kids from that one class. Hooked. Absolutely hooked. And then the whole premise of it, the whole presentation they showed of it looked absolutely fantastic. I know, Rob, for you, it's been one of your absolute most anticipated films of the year. I know you've been looking forward to this a lot. Well, the first official reactions from some of the critics and pundits have now come out on the line.
All right.
And they are all singing its praises. Let's start off by one of my favorite websites, joeblow.com. Good Canadian kids you know over there. They wrote, Weapons is yet another win for Zach Cregger. The cast is superb. Julia Garner, Alden Ehrenreich, Josh Brolin, all shine. But one performance will blow fans away. The mystery surrounding this thriller unfolds with style and genuine moments of terror. Our friend Jermaine Lucier writes, Weapons is beyond messed up, and I love every second of it. It's Magnolia, the horror movie.
Oh.
I love that description. As multiple characters circle a big, creepy mystery, a bit of a slow burn, it pays off in huge, awesome, gory, disturbing ways. Less shocking than Barbarian, but much better.
Wow.
That's high praise, calling it much better than Barbarian. That's a creepy image right there all by itself. Anyway, Chris Evangelista writes, Weapons is an absolute blast, a creepy, funny ensemble piece that takes a Magnolia / Pulp Fiction storytelling approach to unleash a memorable suburban nightmare. The grand finale had me crackling with twisted glee. Let's see. Shaq Lambert wrote, Weapons is fantastic, bigger in scope than Barbarian, but much tighter in focus. Cregger makes great use of his ensemble cast and their interconnected stories, and the third act goes off the rails. Full review, blah, 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 blah. Next week. All right. Griffin Schiller writes, Zach Cregger has crafted a horror masterpiece and the best film of the year with Weapons. It's Prisoners by the way of Magnolia. I've seen that comparison a lot. With some of the Coen's absurdist humor, an absolutely brilliant commentary on the attitudes and institutions during the fallout of a communal tragedy. So that's pretty good. Our own friend Perry Nemiroff says, Weapons rules. If you're looking for a movie that keeps you on your toes from start to finish and delivers the unexpected time and time again, this is it. Next Best Picture wrote, Weapons was one of my favorite films of 2025 for most of its runtime, until the final act brought it down a few notches, which is funny because a lot of the other people saying the final act is what sends it through the stratosphere. Anyway, and I'm sure I won't be alone in that feeling. Still, Zach Cregger once again proves he's a gift for crafting a haunting atmosphere using jump scares and more. Anyway, so they all go on like that. Again, going to say what I said about one of the other films the other day. I'm sure there are negative reactions out there. I just didn't come across any in all of my searching. Like I just read through the list that Joe Blow put together, but I looked through a couple of other lists as well. I haven't come across. I'm sure there will be. I'm just saying I haven't seen one yet. And they're all saying this is a worthy follow-up to Barbarians, which was like this sleeper hit that one, and I was late to the game. It took a lot of people telling me it was great to finally sit down and watch it. This looks amazing. By the way, can we just look at this picture for a second? Dear God.
It's the Joker. That's the Joker origin story.
That's right. That's what Weapons is. It is the Joker. That image is nightmare fuel all by itself.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video,
BetterHelp. You know, it feels like workplace stress is higher than ever these days, and I was just reading that about 61% of the global workforce is dealing with above normal levels of stress, and honestly, it's not surprising. When you're stuck in endless Zoom meetings, juggling deadlines, or just trying to keep your head above water, it adds up. Now sure, a quick vacation sounds nice, but let's be real, it's not a long-term fix. What's helped me is building small wellness habits. For me, it's things like getting outside in the sun for a few minutes, or squeezing in a brisk walk during breaks. But for a lot of people, sometimes that's just not enough, and that's where therapy can really help. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform with over 30,000 therapists who've already helped over 5 million people worldwide. Their app is super convenient. You can meet with a therapist with just a click, and if it's not the right fit, you can switch therapists anytime. And just listen to the user reviews. The BetterHelp app has a 4.9 out of 5 from over 1.7 million reviews. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Unwind from work with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Campea. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea.
Anyway, Rob, we had a feeling when they showed us the presentation for weapons that this could be something special. This could be something like really great. It sounds like maybe they achieved it. What are you liking that you're hearing out of all the reactions? And is there anything that's concerning you a bit out of the reactions?
Well, this is easily one of my most eagerly awaited films of the year. And, you know, I have to mention that Roy Lee, who is the executive producer of this movie and was a big champion of Zach Cregger's first movie, Barbarian, I don't know how that man does it, but he has a conduit to the greatest scripts in Hollywood.
Well, and the word prolific gets applied to
unbelievable. And his taste in horror is impeccable. I don't know why he doesn't start his own studio, because everything that comes out, I mean, this year alone, he's got his name on Minecraft, How to Train Your Dragon, Companion. He's got the upcoming The Long Walk that he championed,
which I cannot wait for that one too. I'm really
unbelievable.
excited about that
and
one.
even when he makes movies like Boy Kills World, was it Boy Kills World?
Yep.
That's another. The scripts he finds, the material he finds, and the IPs that he's going after, no one in Hollywood has better taste than he does. And this is an example of something that, you know, he nurtured a filmmaker in Zach Cregger by getting Barbarian made. Although, where's the physical media of Barbarian? But so this script, I may have tasted a little bit of this script early on.
Oh,
maybe. And I said when I read this script was bonkers. That's why I was so excited about the movie. And I did describe it. Somebody asked me, because I wasn't going to tell anybody all about it. They said, well, what is it? I go, well, I was describing it as kind of the pulp fiction of horror. But now that I think about it, the Magnolia of horror is a better description. I don't love Magnolia. So it wasn't I love Pulp Fiction, so it wasn't on the tip of my tongue. But John, Zach Cregger, he came out of like a comedy group. You know, he's part of a comedy team. And this guy has my attention, let's just say that. And all I can tell you is this makes me even more excited for what I like to call Zach Cregger's space movie. That's all I'm going to say. And if Barbarian was one thing and Weapons is the, you know, and by the way, this was a package, again, coming out of Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi's Warner Brothers. They bought in to a new, exciting creator. It was a big package that Roy Lee took to the studio. And to see another win for Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi by championing a new filmmaker who, by the way, after Barbarian does not go and jump onto some big IP. He doesn't go for the big money. He doesn't go from Safety Not Guaranteed to Jurassic World. What does he do?
To be fair, we don't know if he was offered Jurassic World.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, to be fair, we don't know what he was offered or not.
He's like involved with a new Resident Evil or whatever. But I would say this. You know, smart move. He goes and he writes and directs. Auteur Vision brings this out. I guarantee you this is like nothing you've ever seen before. And I cannot wait to see this movie. I've been waiting to see this movie for 2 years. Can't wait to see it. Zach Cregger is the real deal. and he has a producer in Roy Lee behind him that's going to make that shit happen. Which I can't wait, dude. This is what we want from movies. We want original visions. There's an article I read today about how exhibitors are talking about, well, superhero and horror fatigue because we're getting mediocre movies. This is not one of them.
Horror fatigue. What?
I know,
Look
but
at Sinners. Look how well that did.
well, I know and that's another thing with Sinners, with Ryan Coogler doing Sinners, and Warner Brothers putting out Weapons. You have two horror-related films that are also original horror that are auteurist visions. It goes to show you other studios should take note. This is what we want, and not the Blumhouse variety. Not to slam.
Hey, Blumhouse puts out some pretty good
I've
stuff.
loved a lot of Blumhouse movies, but these things I think are edgier than what Blumhouse is doing. I don't know if Blumhouse would have made Sinners or Weapons because they're not, IP based and they're a little less traditional. But they've been doing great. I love Lee Wanell's Invisible Man.
Yeah. And they've done several things that are really good. And you know what it reminds me of a little bit with Krager? The start of Jordan Peele's career.
Right.
Except whereas Jordan Peele came out, and I love Jordan Peele. And
I do too.
Obviously Get Out was like such a revelation to everybody. The difference, though, is I haven't been enamored with anything else Jordan Peele's put out since.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I thought Us was, quite frankly, not very good.
The first half was great, though.
The first half was very intriguing, but then it had no real resolution, no satisfying resolution to it. Then I wasn't very big on Nope, to be honest. It had its moments.
Yeah.
Had its moments.
I agree with you. Too off, yeah.
But it sounds like Krager is following up Barbarians with something maybe even better, which would be pretty fun if he did.
And I'm looking forward to Jordan Peele's Him. That weird football, like...
I wish I could say I was, but they gave us a presentation. By the way, he didn't direct that.
No, he just produced.
He produced it. He didn't direct it, but that was one of the presentations at CinemaCon that didn't really intrigue me.
And by the way, you know what I want them to do?
What's that?
I want Key and Peele to get back together.
Oh, and stop your sentence right there. I will give anything for Key and Peele to get back together.
Okay, but you know what I want them to do? Just I think that we should call Paramount. They should finance doing that sketch of those two guys having just come out of
the
seeing
Liam
Naked
Neeson's?
Gun.
Oh, yeah, the Liam Neeson.
Yeah, the Neeson's thing. But their reaction, I want to see their out of the theater reaction to Naked Gun.
I would give so much
pay
for
good
that.
money just to see that sketch.
Weren't they supposed to make The Substitute? Remember they announced they were going to make The Substitute? Ron? That's one of the greatest sketches they've ever done. But anyway, never happened. Anyway, guys, we're going off the rails here a little bit.
Weapons, dude.
Question is for you. What do you think about these first reactions to the new upcoming horror film Weapons? Believe me, the stuff they showed us at CinemaCon was fantastic. Can't wait to hear it. All the reactions so far are everything we wanted to hear. Have you had this movie on your radar? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.